Aria. Aria. You understand. Ready? 1, 2, 2. Coro. Number 6. Ready? One, two, three.
College are you going to?
I'm going to SUNY New Paltz.
Where are you going to college?
Next year I'm going to Harvard.
Boston University.
I'm going to Coffeyville Community College.
I'm doing a gap semester. I'm taking a gap year, and then I'm going to Pratt MWP. Colgate University, and no, not the toothpaste. I'm going to Stony Brook.
Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute.
Syracuse University.
College of Sierra.
UMass Amherst.
I'm going to Binghamton for biology.
I'm going to UAlbany for education.
I'm going to UAlbany.
University of Albany.
University at Albany.
University at Albany.
UAlbany.
UAlbany.
Albany.
The University of Albany.
SUNY ESF.
SUNY Fredonia.
SUNY Mooresville.
Hobart and William Smith.
To graduate from Schenectady, I'm going to Sage College.
Sage College in Albany.
Sage College.
Russell Sage College.
Russell Sage.
Russell Sage.
I'm going to the College of St. Rose. St. Rose.
College of St. Rose.
St. John's University. St. Lawrence University.
SLU. Ace University.
Siena.
Union College.
Union. Wells College.
University of New Hampshire.
University of New Hampshire. Dartmouth College. The Culinary Institute of America.
Hudson Valley Community College.
Hudson Valley Community College. Hudson Valley Community College.
Hudson Valley Community College.
Hudson Valley Community College.
Hudson Valley Community College and
Hudson Valley Community College.
Hudson Valley. Hudson Valley.
Hudson Valley.
Hudson Valley. Hudson Valley.
Hudson Valley.
VCC.
VCC.
Schenectady Community College.
Schenectady County Community College.
CCC.
SCCC.
I'm going to transfer from SCCC.
We're going to SUNY Schenectady.
SUNY Schenectady.
SUNY Schenectady.
Coffeyville Community College.
after high school, I'm joining the Marine Corps.
I'm in the military.
I'm shipping out to Missouri, then I'm going to come back and start college a semester late.
Yeah, I'm shipping out to Virginia, and then I'm coming back, and I'm actually just gonna go to SCCC.
Casnovia College.
Johnson and Wells.
Johnson and Wales.
Your college.
Your college in
Montgomery to University of Connecticut.
Utica College.
Utica.
I'm gonna be moving to Springfield, Massachusetts, and then get a job. After that, I'm going to STCC.
I'm going to Herkimer.
Herkimer.
Bennington College.
Play basketball. State University in Baltimore, Maryland.
Roberts Wesleyan College and
Adirondack.
Mitchell School for Barbering.
I'm going to Canisius.
Columbia College, Chicago.
After high school, I'm gonna go to college. Not sure which one, just far away.
I'm gonna be an electrician.
pursue my own business.
Plan on working, getting money, start that paper.
Business out here. Be your own entrepreneur. Diversified income all 2019. You know the vibes.
I'm going to work.
Plan on working and then going off to a trade school.
I got accepted into Monroe, HBCC, and Garden City Community College.
I still haven't decided yet, but it's in between Sage, Albany, or I might just go to the Adirondacks.
Hi, I'm Blessed and I'm going to go to Syracuse University.
What college are you going to?
I'm going.
1, 2, 3. Music for celebration. Oh, no, no. Music for celebration. So after this, there's some stuff, and then we play pop and circumstance, and then we wait. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2.
Would everybody please stand? Woo! Welcome to Schenectady High School's 27th commencement ceremony. It is now time for the presentation of the colors by Schenectady High School's JROTC and the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. I would ask that everyone please be seated. A shout out to Schenectady High School's JROTC. We are now going to enjoy an additional performance by the Serenaders directed by Miss Rachel Gain.
Make them hear you.
a big thank you to our serenaders and Miss Rachel Gain. Outstanding. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, class of 2019, on this truly remarkable day. Welcome, family and friends, to celebrate this significant occasion. My name is Diane Wilkinson, and I am the principal of Schenectady High School. And each year, I have the distinct pleasure of delivering a few brief words to get us started. And when I look back on these 4 years, I am reminded with confidence there are many memories that will forever be etched in our hearts and minds. I wanted to take a moment to thank individuals who are here in support of you and have supported you all along. A big thank you to the entire Schenectady High School staff who found ways to connect and support you through many different ways. In addition, a huge thank you to your families and friends who have helped you along the way to achieve this graduation goal. Thank you for being champions of this amazing group of Schenectady High School patriots. What you will notice about our patriots is that they are wearing sashes and they are wearing tassels. We even have Juliana Metzen, who's the only person receiving a badge for perfect attendance since like 4th grade. Hello. Woo! And of course, the creative expressions that you see adorn the top of graduation caps. But the class of 2019, more than any other student body, has revolutionized the manner in which students interact with each other and staff. Unique to you is your incredible support and acceptance of each other. You embrace diversity of race, religion, gender identity, cultures, and when I look at you in amazement and admiration, with an incredible feeling of gratefulness to have shared time with you during these 4 years. Within our school, working together, we have become unapologetic in our fight for equity for all. You have been a significant part of this journey to change and prioritize who we are. That is your legacy. You have revolutionized the manner in which you advocate for change. And in that vein, ultimately, how decisions are made at Schenectady High School. At a recent Board of Education meeting, it was Mr. Snyder who shared his experience in other districts, where efforts are made to quell student ideas and voice. But here at Schenectady, we encourage it. Thank you for shining a light on that. And that we do more than just listen, we make change together. You are indeed unique. That when you have a question, you ask it. That when you have an opportunity to lead, you will. When asked to make the right decision around social justice, you do. When you are proximal to a situation that is wrong, you refuse to remain silent. That is your legacy. You just heard the performance by the Schenectady High School Serenaders performing from the musical Ragtime. Make them hear you. Think about that for a moment. Make them hear you. That's what you do. For the next chapter of your life and wherever your journey takes you, believe that your voice matters and still needs to be heard. That does not stop once you cross this stage. Do not remain silent. Continue to advocate and fight for what's right. Continue to read and conduct research, collect data, check your sources for accuracy, ask lots of questions, don't make assumptions, check for bias, listen with intent, find allies of your voice, and continue to advocate for what's in your heart. Make them hear you. That is a worthy legacy, not only for Schenectady High School, for a life well lived. You are groundbreaking, you are radical, you are revolutionary, and this legacy of advocacy has forever changed Schenectady High School and me. I forever love you for that. Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce Kayla Cabrera, President of the Class of 2019.
Hello, and thank you, Ms. Wilkinson. I would like to introduce someone who is not only the leader of our district, but is a relentless advocate for all students and families in Schenectady. When Superintendent Lawrence Spring came to Schenectady, he stressed that race and socioeconomic background should never be predictors of student achievement. During his tenure in the district, Mr. Spring has taken huge strides to ensure our district is a model of excellence and equity and continues to strive systemic change to ensure that every student has the same chance to succeed. Mr. Spring has taken on the challenge of calling out racial discrimination in public education funding, filing a civil rights complaint with the United States Department of Justice against the state of New York. He has been relentless and worked tirelessly to garner our district and community the school aid that the students of Schenectady are entitled to receive. He has taken this complaint to the top and shows no signs of stopping until we receive our fair share. Mr. Spring continues to stress the importance of high expectations and insists that we all have tremendous ability. It is with great pleasure that I introduce you to our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Lawrence T. Spring.
Thank you, Kayla. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, distinguished faculty, family, friends. Today we're here to acknowledge the achievements of the class of 2019. And ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2019, I'd like to join the many who are offering you their congratulations on this day. I hope that it seems as though the world is lining up to offer you good wishes, sage advice, and to look upon you with awe and reverence. But please, let's take a moment to thank those special people who have been offering you their support for the past 18 years without fail. Your parents, your grandparents, and many others have been there for you, have cheered you on, have lived and breathed your successes and failures. This is as much a celebration of their accomplishments as yours. They have sacrificed much and put forth tremendous efforts to see that you arrived at this place at this moment in time. So how about a hearty round of applause for the parents and caregivers of those who are about to graduate? It is important to acknowledge how great an accomplishment this is. Many times we adults forget that high school is the only time in your life when you need to be good at everything at the same time. To have passed this trial is significant, and I want to acknowledge that it required hard work, perseverance, and the passing of several tests that many adults would be completely lost on. So, congratulations on your excellent literary analyses, your solving of linear functions, and the analysis of economic systems of ancient societies. And most of all, congratulations to the class of 2019 on having the highest graduation rate that this city has ever seen in over 12 years. While I am proud of every graduating class, I am especially proud to be addressing you. I am often asked what I love about our school district. Potential employees ask, my friends ask, parents of friends ask. There's a great deal of curiosity about which aspect of the district that I love the most, and this is not as easy a question as it might seem. After all, there are a great many things to choose from. I love our International Baccalaureate program. I love the John Sayles School of Fine Arts. I love the Blue Roses Theater Company. I love our music department. I love that we have an elementary school with a student council that has a political action committee. Yes. However, what I most love about our district was exemplified this year by the class of 2019. You see, I believe that public education is the foundation of any democracy. And not just that there is public education, but a public education that prepares students to impact that democracy, an education that affords students the opportunity to find and exercise their voice, so that when they leave school, they are ready and able to join the effort to improve our political and social systems. As I watched students bring to adults' attention that we had made a terrible oversight in scheduling the prom, I was heartened to know that student voice is strong in the class of 2019. Your willingness to embrace your voice, to work for justice, to make the system address the inequity that you see is what makes you the class that exemplifies what I love most about Schenectady. Now, I want to remind you of something. You may hear people refer to this event as graduation, but you will notice that it's actually called commencement. A commencement is a beginning. Now is the beginning of the rest of your life. You have had an opportunity to practice finding your voice, and you have had an opportunity to practice exercising it. However, as you leave high school and enter the world, you leave the world of practice. As you enter the world with your diploma, you now have a responsibility, an obligation to use your voice. You no longer have the luxury of sitting out and watching how political contests or policy debates play out. You have an obligation to play a role. That is the fee that citizenship charges. Some of you may know the name James Baldwin, but he passed away before many of you were born. Somebody has heard of James Baldwin. James Baldwin was a great thinker, novelist, playwright, and one of the most important voices in civil rights in America in the 60s and 70s. If you're wondering, he's the one who wrote Go Tell It on the Mountain, Notes of a Native Son, and If Beale Street Could Talk. He has colleges and streets named after him. Ask your parents. In Baldwin's powerful 1972 novel, No Name in the Street, he wrote, "We are responsible for the world in which we find ourselves, if only because we are the only sentient force which can change it. As you commence the next phase of your life, I hope that you will consider James Baldwin and his words. I hope that you will find this quote and reflect upon it. I hope that you will recognize yourself as the sentient force that can change the world. I have confidence that you will embrace your responsibility to change the world and you will exercise your voice to make our world a better place. Class of 2019, thank you for your excellence and good luck."
Thank you, Mr. Spring. At this point, I would like to invite Radhika Singh, class of 2019 historian, to the podium.
Thank you, Ms. Wilkinson. Every year at our commencement, the Schenectady City School District recognizes 2 outstanding alumni and inducts them into our school district's Hall of Fame. Our first Hall of Fame inductee is John D. Herndon, a native of Schenectady, is an honored graduate of North Terrence High School, class of 1946. Mr. Herndon is a recognized authority on the application of semiconductor components to the electrical power system. Mr. Herndon has been granted 102 U.S. patents and has a total of 142 patents worldwide. Born in Schenectady in 1928, Herndon studied electrical engineering at Union College before beginning his career in 1950 at General Electric. He led breakthroughs in a number of areas, including the semiconductor field, electrical lighting, and power conducting. In early 2014, he received the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering 50 Life Fellow Medallion, marking the 1964 creation of the organization. Mr. Herndon is the founder of the Edison Tech Center on Broadway in Schenectady, an educational center and museum that tells the broad history of technology in the capital region. The center is designed to recognize and preserve the unique engineering heritage of the original Tech Valley and to encourage young people to consider engineering profession as a career. In 2010, Herndon's 60th anniversary of his graduation from Union College, He received the Union College Dean Awards in Engineering. Mr. Hardin developed switches and other power control devices that helped to enhance numerous household appliances. He also helped develop a static electronic photo flash assembly and a disposable flashbulb lamp. His many awards, memberships, and fellowships, including membership in the American Association of Inventors, American Film Industry, and Engineering Ministry International. He and others helped to reactivate Schenectady Access Cable Council in 1995, received their 20th anniversary award. In 1995, Mr. Herndon was awarded the Patron Award from the Mayor of Schenectady. He has received over 80 awards from both technical and civic groups. Mr. Hardin, who retired in 1988, is a lifelong resident of Schenectady and has directly contributed to the industrialization of the city, state, and world we live in. It is with great honor that John D. Hardin Jr. is inducted into the Schenectady City School District Hall of Fame. Thank you, Mr. Hardin. Next, I would like to invite Natasha Wright to the podium, who had introduced our next Hall of Fame inductee.
Thank you, Radhika. Our second Hall of Fame inductee is Michael Schill. Michael Schill is a proud graduate of Schenectady City Schools and a graduate from Linton High School in 1976. Like many of you here today, Michael and his sister were the first people in their family to earn a college degree. And it wasn't just any degree. Schill graduated with an A.B. in public policy from Princeton University in 1980 and a J.D. from Yale Law School in 1984. Michael Schill is the 18th president of the University of Oregon, which is, by the way, has 24,000 students. As president, Schill has launched a series of innovatives to advance the university's 3 priorities: enhancing academic and research excellence, supporting student access and success, and improving the campus experience and diversity. In October 2016, Schill announced the launch of the historic Phil and Penny Knight campus for accelerating scientific impact, a groundbreaking billion-dollar innovative to transform science innovation at the University of Oregon. Schill also holds the tenured faculty appointment in the University of Oregon School of Law. Michael Schill's career is pretty amazing and includes accomplishments such as Dean and Professor of Law at the University of Chicago Law School, Dean of the UCLA School of Law, Professor of Law in Urban Planning at New York University, Professor of Law in Real Estate at the University of Pennsylvania, founder of the Furman Center of Real Estate and Urban Policy at New York University, co-author of 3 books and numerous scholarly articles, including one of the best-selling case books used in American law schools. The contributions of Michael Schill have impacted the world we live in today, and it is an honor to induct him into the Schenectady City School District Hall of Fame today. Schill regrets not being able to be here today to receive this wonderful recognition, but is deeply honored and grateful for this induction into the Schenectady Hall of Fame. Next, I would like to invite Juliana Maston to the podium, who will introduce the class of 2019 Salutatorian.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Juliana Masson, and I am here to introduce the salutatorian, Julia Smith. At the beginning of 11th grade, when I was elected secretary and found out I would be introducing people at graduation, I told Julia, just watch, I'll be introducing you at graduation for your speech. So today, I feel extremely lucky to be able to keep my promise. If someone told me I had to choose one word to describe Julia, it would be extraordinary. Luckily, no one said I had to choose only one word, so some other words I would use to describe her are hardworking, smart, compassionate, involved, and just overall amazing. During her high school career, Julia has been involved in many different aspects of Schenectady High School. Julia is a full IB student and has participated in many clubs and activities, such as the Voices of Schenectady, National Honor Society, Blue Roses Theater Company, Science Bowl, and she has run 4 seasons of cross country, among many other things. Over the past 4 years I have known Julia, she has never ceased to amaze me in everything she does. Julia leaves a lasting impact on everyone she meets and everywhere she goes. Next year, Julia's presence will grace the campus of Dartmouth College, where she will be studying linguistics and continue radiating positivity wherever she goes. So without further ado, the extraordinary Julia Smith.
Thank you, Juliana, for being an amazing friend and for that amazing introduction. Good morning, faculty, family, friends, and fellow students of the graduating class of 2019. Wow, I can't believe I just said that. I can't believe that we're finally here. You know what the weirdest part of graduating is? The fact that it's actually happening. For all my life, graduation has been some hypothetical day that would come in the distant future, eventually. It never felt real. If I'm honest, it still doesn't. A lot of things are like that. High school was like that. When I first came to Schenectady from outside the district in 9th grade, I had no idea what to expect. I was coming into the unknown, and I was nervous, scared even. I now know that I shouldn't have been. The SHS community is welcoming and, to put it simply, incredible. Did you know that there are over 500 students in this graduating class? Woo! Yeah. Woo! If there's one thing I regret about high school, it's that I don't know most of you, which is understandable. It would be rather difficult to know all 500 people, but I still wish I did, because there are so many amazing people I've met at this school and many more I would have appreciated meeting. We all have what Neil Gaiman calls secret worlds inside of us, and if we had half a chance, we could come to appreciate each other's. Unfortunately, we don't always get half a chance. I wish that every one of us could come up on stage and speak today. I know that we all have worlds to share. I can only give my experience, which is not representative of everyone's. Still, I would like to try to highlight some of the talent, perseverance, and kindness I've encountered at this school. Rather than using myself as an example of who this class is, I'll use my classmates. Some are friends, others I've never spoken to. Either way, they're pretty awesome. First, I want to acknowledge the people who spread kindness. One student gives me fist bumps next to the ramp doors every morning. He's never told me his name, but he always makes me and so many other people smile. The simple connections you can make with someone you don't know never cease to amaze me. This also happens when working on projects in class with people I've never spoken to before. One girl and I edited each other's I am from poems in 9th grade English. It was a strangely personal thing to share with a stranger, but I'm grateful to have shared it with her. I never told her how incredible her poem was. Also, she is an amazing artist, and I hope that even more people get to see that work in the future. There are so many talented people here. Has anyone had the chance to look through the literary magazine this year? Yeah, it's full of stories and artwork from my closest friends and people I've never met, and each piece is equally moving and beautiful, a small insight into those secret worlds. Art is found on the walls at SHS too. We have so many murals, and it is ridiculously inspiring to see them every day. They're not just art either. They share a message of inclusivity, positivity, and progress. Those murals are made by students who are passionate and caring and, best of all, take action. They speak out and work to make the world a better place. Through Roots Club, Team TAC-D, the LGBTQ Club, and many more organizations, our activists enact change. Like the ones who organized the visit from Nick Stone, author of Dear Martin, and allowed us to reflect on the nature of race and violence in our society. Their efforts improved all of us. These people, and many others, have helped shape who I am today through sharing their kindness, talents, and leadership. If there's one other thing I regret about high school, it's not telling people when they made a difference in my life. Drew Dudley gave an amazing TED Talk about something like that. It's called Everyday Leadership, and I highly recommend watching it. He said, "We let people who have made our lives better walk around without knowing it." I have met many people who made my life better throughout my 4 years at SHS, and I have told a shamefully small number of them what an impact they've left on me. I think it's a bad habit many of us fall into. We get caught up in everyday life and sometimes fail to see how we change each other for the better. We ignore those half chances to get to know our secret worlds. There's one last story I'd like to tell you. I think it is the epitome of what I'm getting at. One day, in the fall of my freshman year, I was on my way to gym class when a student walking the other direction handed me a tiny origami crane. I don't know who it was. I don't think I would recognize them if I saw them again. But I want to thank them anyways, because they might not have known it, but at the time, I was a scared, awkward kid who had come into a new district. I was at the very beginning of getting to know the people who would become my closest friends, and just starting to understand this school as well. I didn't know how important this community would become to me. All I knew was that someone handed me this paper crane. It was so random, completely out of nowhere, and a paper crane of all things. Small but creative, simple but kind. I can't make a paper crane, but there are people at SHS who can, and by sharing it with me, they showed me who we are. Silly, creative, kind people who help make the world a better place. I may not really know all of you, but you've still had an impact on my life. You have helped make me the person I am today, and I want to thank you for that. We all have helped make each other the people that we are today. I wish I had known more of you, but what I do know inspires and encourages me. The thing is, graduation is not just a hypothetical day, no matter how unreal it feels. As my friend Ayla recently pointed out to me, it is the culmination of our entire lives up to this point. Not of just academics and not of just high school. Everything we've achieved, all the hard work we've done, all the people we met, and all the small ways we helped each other grow have led to who we are as we walk across the stage. I hope that going forward, we recognize the small ways others shape our lives. I hope we allow ourselves to make connections. I hope that I and my peers in the class of 2019 continue to use our voices and talents, to be kind, and to see many more seemingly impossible distant days. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. You're 100% right about the kindness and the care. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much. At this time, I would like to invite Natasha Wright to the podium, who will introduce the class of 2019 Valedictorian.
Hi. So I'd like to give a few short remarks about our valedictorian, Anna Blanchfield, before she speaks. Anna is one of the most down-to-earth people I know. She lives for adventure and doesn't like to miss out on a great time. For instance, we went to France with the French Club this past February, and we were supposed to be meeting at this cathedral, but of course, we had to go explore for a little bit, thinking that we had enough time. Once we started to venture out, we began to get short on time and realized we weren't anywhere near this church anymore. I still don't understand how we got so far. But because of Anna insisting on taking a map with us wherever we go, even though I insisted not to because I didn't want to look like a tourist, we ended up finding our way and on the way getting this delicious gelato and making it back just in time to see the cathedral. Anna is always down for trying new things, and no matter what obstacles she faces, she's always ready to tackle them with 110%. Whether it be school-related or not, she always thinks about others and donates her time to help other people, whether it's tutoring others or helping me win trivia games on my phone in class when I'm probably supposed to be doing my work, but, you know, that happens. To reflect on a few highlights of her high school career, Anna was on the varsity lacrosse team for 4 years and a captain of the team for the last 2 years. She has played on the JV and varsity soccer team for 4 years and was the JV captain for 1 year, which is all pretty impressive. But even more impressive is the fact that she'll be attending Harvard University in the fall. Anna has spent her free time participating in clubs like French Club and the Blue Roses Theater Company, all while being an international baccalaureate diploma candidate. And somehow she still found the time to have a social life, make friends, and spreading her love for life with all of us. It is my privilege to welcome my best friend and our valedictorian, Anna Blanchfield.
All right, can everyone hear me okay? All right, all right. Oh, I really can't see anything, okay. Thank you, Natasha. Of course, I have to give my best friend and my president a shout out. She's going to Union College this fall and she's gonna become a doctor. I was gonna say give her a round of applause, but you guys already did that, so that's good. All right. First off, congratulations, class of 2019. Today's the day. I still can barely believe it. This is actually the 4th Schenectady High School graduation I've been to, but usually I'm sitting down there in the pit. I just want to say a quick thank you to the band because I know from personal experience, it's not easy playing Pomp and Circumstance over and over and over again. Like after about the 6th time, your arms are tired, your lips feel like they're about to fall off, but you just have to keep playing until everyone walks in. But playing in the band does have its perks. You get to cheer your friends on as they walk across the stage. Graduation is such a pivotal and emotional part of our lives. I'll admit, I've shed some tears in the past watching graduation. In fact, there's a good chance I've already cried by this point in my speech. And in that case, I owe Audrey $5. Oh no, where'd it go? My phone. Leaving Schenectady is pretty sad for me. I've lived in Schenectady and attended Schenectady public schools my whole life. It's hard to explain just how much the environment in Schenectady has shaped who I am. The teachers are amazing and aren't afraid to open up to their students. Some teachers actually open up too much. Like, I'm pretty sure we're all aware at this point of how Miss Brandeis prefers cats to most people. Well, really, all people. Or how Mr. Brennan used to work in the tech sector. Did I mention Mr. Brennan used to work in the tech sector? But all jokes aside, the teachers go above and beyond what's expected of them to help the students here. Miss Lynn met with me multiple times over the summer when I was getting stuck with my project. Mr. Tuthill came in during Regents Week last year to teach me how to use the machines, and I never even took a class with him. So thank you to all the faculty at Schenectady High School and to all the teachers in the Schenectady School District who have helped me and so many of us succeed. I'd also like to take this time to say thank you to my parents and my grandma and grandpa. Also, xie xie to Papa and Gung, because I wouldn't be where I am today without them. I mean, I literally wouldn't be here. They drove me to Proctor's this morning. Also, thank you to all of my friends at Schenectady High School. They've taught me just as much about the world as I've learned in the classroom. Students here are from so many different backgrounds and cultures, but I feel like everyone can find their place at our school. There's not really a popular group or a social hierarchy. As Troy Bolton says, we're all in this together. And at a time where there is so much tension in the world, it's rare to find a place like Schenectady. And of course, I can't go without talking specifically about the class of 2019. Our class is super involved with extracurriculars. There were 4 seniors on my lacrosse team, 8 on my soccer team, 12 in chamber choir, and I can't even count how many are in Blue Roses. All right, not to mention Project Dance. You would think there wouldn't be a single flower left in Schenectady after all the ones they handed out to the seniors. The class of 2019 is made up of activists and is deeply involved in the community around us. I mean, we changed prom this year so it wouldn't conflict with Ramadan. That hasn't happened before. If our class isn't the GOAT, at least we put them in Mr. Chank's office. Schenectady High School teaches you a lot about resilience. If we could keep cheering for our football team at this year's homecoming, we can keep our spirits up through anything. Sorry, football team. If that window by the cafeteria can break for the 10th time this year and they can still fix it, then you know what? I'm probably going to be okay. If my soccer team can keep playing while racial slurs are being thrown at us. We can show the world that when they go low, we go high. Although this chapter in our lives is coming to a close, with every ending comes new beginnings and opportunities. When we go out into the world, we are not only representing ourselves, but Schenectady as a whole. We all know how people view us in our school, but this is our chance to show them who we really are. Let's show the world what Schenectady is made of. All right. So before I go, I know graduation can be a long ceremony, so I got you guys some candy to tide you over. Change is bittersweet, but hopefully this makes you focus on the sweet part. Thank you and congratulations.
Hey, what kind of? I would just move on. You sure? Because this is okay. All right, while you guys are enjoying a little bit of snack time, thank you, Anna, for that. We're going to continue to move on, as this might take a little bit of time. But again, thank you, Anna, for just being a tremendous valedictorian. We so appreciate it. At this time, I would like to invite our class officers up to the podium for a presentation of the class gifts.
Throughout our 4 years of high school, members of the class of 2019 have worked diligently to make all of our high school experiences the best that they could be. And today we graduate, and it is our duty to give back to both the class of 2019 and future classes. We have numerous class gifts being presented today. Our first class gift was Schenectady High School graduate yard signs that were given out at graduation rehearsal yesterday. These are meant to be displayed throughout the community and help to show a sense of community amongst Schenectady graduates. We will also be donating some caps and gowns to next year's class, the class of 2020, due to the amazing job the members of the class of 2019 did with fundraising. We'll be donating to the incoming class, the class of 2023, their prom deposits so that they could have an amazing prom like we did. I would like to thank all the members of the class of 2019 and their fundraising efforts that contributed to all the memorable experiences throughout our 4 years of high school. Remember to post pictures and caption them at hashtag SHS2019 did it best.
Okay, so I'm going to be presenting the class advisor gift. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you to Mrs. Libertucci and Mrs. Walsh for being the class of 2019 advisors. From inside the classroom and out, they have helped our class as a whole in more ways than recognized. Not only have they planned many things in the past years, from Yankee Candle fundraisers that were always a big hit, and they made us a lot of money, Miss Lib and Miss Walsh have planned so many amazing events like the 100-day countdown to graduation celebration, and more recently, the graduation bus that happened this past week when students got the opportunity to go back to the elementary schools in their caps and gowns and reflect on the journey that has come so far. The experience was one to remember, and I personally couldn't imagine it being any better without our class of 2019 advisors by our side. Not all heroes wear capes, but Mrs. Libertucci and Mrs. Walsh are truly the heroes of our class of 2019. Although they don't get much recognition for all the things that they do for our class, they certainly deserve all of our appreciation for all of their work, for all the work that they have done for all of us these last 4 years. Both of these amazing women have balanced being great English teachers, hardworking mothers, and the advisors of class of 2019. But most amazingly of all, they have each become mentors to our class on top of everything else. They have been by our side since freshman year and stayed that way ever since. We are now graduating seniors, and friends have come and gone. Teachers have changed, and we ourselves have even grown into new people. But one thing that has remained constant along these last 4 years are our spectacular class of 2019 advisors. Mrs. Libertucci and Mrs. Walsh, we adore you both very much, and we will miss having your guidance and help. So at this moment in time, class of 2019, please join me in thanking them for all that they've done for us. Can you both please come up for your gift?
At this time, I'd like to invite Kayla back to the podium for the introduction of our guest speaker.
Hi again. Andre Brown is a Schenectady High School graduate, class of 2007. Andre Modre Brown has become one of the most sought-after music directors in the industry. He has performed with an A-list of your favorite artists, including TLC at VH1's 2013 Mixtape Festival, and global tours with Dietrich Haddon, Flo Rida, 2 Chainz, Angie Stone, Benzino, and an extensive list of others. As a multi-instrumentalist, honing his craft through bass, drums, keyboard, music production, and vocals, Modre has positioned himself as a man of many talents and ideas. Over the past 2 years, Andre Modre Brown has been living his dream and accomplishing multiple life goals, including an appearance on The Today Show with Jennifer Lopez and Lin-Manuel, and on Jimmy Kimmel Live with Jadena. He has also made appearances on the BET Hip Hop Awards with P. Diddy and the Family, MTV Artists to Watch and MTV Woody Awards with both Rory and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 1, Episode 7, Therapy. Andre Modre Brown has worked with a who's who of entertainment companies, now get ready for the list, on various projects including Sony, Epic, Motown, BET, iHeartRadio, the Apollo Theater, SXSW, BBC Radio 1 Big Weekend, Vivo, Spotify, TV One, VH1, Pandora, NBC, and ABC. Now, when not on tour, you can find Modre playing bass with his band appropriately titled Band of Brothers. He is also the CEO of Classic Music LLC, a company which prides itself in providing up-and-coming professional musicians with the tools, knowledge, and a platform necessary to maintain a long-term career in the music industry. Forever grateful, Modre does not fail to acknowledge the influence his family and schooling had on his career. Originally from Schenectady, New York, Andre is a proud product of the Schenectady High School Fine Arts program. Andre attended Berklee School of Music in Boston, Massachusetts, and was one of the 10 students worldwide to receive the prestigious Berklee School of Music Presidential Scholarship. So it is my honor to present to you Andre Modre Brown.
Let me try something real quick. Class of 2019, make some noise real quick. Let me hear y'all. That was nice. This city, many people in this room, these neighborhoods, they were all a very important part of my upbringing. From Hamilton Hill to Uptown, Rotterdam to Niskayuna, from Newest Lunch to Royals. Yeah, y'all know about Royals. Stewart's ice cream. Because of all these things, I'm a proud product of Schenectady. As a teen, life was a bit difficult for me. My mother had been dealing with drugs since I was a young child, and my father wasn't really around much, so I had to learn a lot of survival skills really fast. I was living on my own by the age of 16. I had my own studio apartment right up the street on Hamilton Hill. Albany, State Street, yeah, y'all know where that's at. I remember waking up many nights to sirens, gunshots, and drug dealers and addicts in the hallways of my apartment building when I was leaving for school in the morning. Seeing these type of things was a big part of my personal motivation and desire to give my best at whatever I did. And it was even more of a push to make something of myself. I watched for years as friends of mine fell victim to the streets, whether it was dealing drugs, gang violence, or petty crime. I watched as so many gifted individuals let life slip through their fingers. Although I didn't have much family support, I was fortunate enough to have a collective of neighborhood heroes who fought to make sure I didn't become a statistic. Some of these people are Mr. Mark and Miss Amanda Thompson from Yaya's Kitchen, Justin Owens, Pastor Vincent and Nobi Teague of NBC, Prince Sprav, if y'all know him. Oh, make sure y'all watch Cradle, because I heard it's gonna be pretty dope. Mickey Kahn of the Hamilton Hill Arts Center, and John and Ellen Sinisi. From sleeping on their couches to cutting grass and doing odd jobs just to make a little extra money, to teaching lessons to young kids at the Art Center. These were my people, and they never hesitated to show me how much they cared. Another important part of my circle was my tribe. Throughout my years at SHS, there was a strong collective of us who all shared a very similar passion for music and family. We ate lunch together, we had kickbacks at my one-bedroom studio on Albany Street, we laughed together, we cried together, and we even prayed together. This collective of individuals eventually led to the formation of two important entities that would become highlights of my time at SHS. The first group of students was called Inspiration, which was Schenectady High School's, as far as I know, first and only gospel choir that ever existed. We put on concerts in the community, sang at nursing homes, fed the homeless, and had a really great time doing it. One thing I love so much about Inspiration was that we were able to bring students together of all colors, backgrounds, and even religions for the common goal of spreading peace, hope, love, and inspiration through song. At one point, I believe we had about 25 to 30 choir members, and that's saying a lot because it was the after-school program, so I'm really grateful. Huge shout out to our advisors, Ms. Walsh, as y'all call her, Walsh, Mr. Strickland and Ms. Crossman, who are no longer at the school anymore. But I just wanted to shout them all out for believing in my vision and giving so many students who might not have had a chance and might have been overlooked a chance to be a part of something that was bigger than themselves. So thank you. The other subgroup that was formed was the Hamilton Hill Steel Drum Band, my band, also known as Calypso, comprised of 6 young men from completely different backgrounds who all shared an extreme passion for music and performing. We started out playing local gigs and birthday parties around the city, which eventually led to an opportunity to audition for the world-famous Apollo Amateur Night when they came to Schenectady. After competing against 200 other really talented acts right here on this very stage, we were fortunate enough to win first place. This also allowed us to travel to Harlem and perform at the Apollo, the legendary Apollo, as well as have a book published about us. Again, I've got to give a huge shout out to someone who's no longer here as well, Ms. Normandin, and many of the SHS staff for supporting us during these exciting and yet nervous times. One of the best parts about the Apollo experience was that we didn't have to go alone. They actually ended up turning it into a school field trip, so we got to bring all the homies down to New York City with us and experience it. It was a blast. Honestly, if it wasn't for these people and experiences, I don't know where I'd be today. As a former student and proud graduate of Schenectady High School, one thing I'm most grateful for is being privileged to grow and learn in such a diverse and unique environment, around and from my peers from so many different backgrounds and walks of life. As students at SHS, I was given the chance to find myself, to express myself creatively, being surrounded by teachers who saw greatness in me that I sometimes couldn't see in myself, even when they saw me being a little bit of a knucklehead in the hallway, like Miss Gaines. They would just kindly remind me to make my way back to class. You've got more inside of you than you know, kid. With that being said, this speech is in part dedicated to the teachers and staff who went above and beyond their call of duty to help students like myself not only finish strong, but also help us to realize our full potential as students and young adults. I'm a proud product of Schenectady School District, and I'll never forget the impact that this environment had on my growth as a student and a person. I don't think I fully realized it at the time, but these experiences would eventually lead me to become the successful musician and entrepreneur I am today. On this day, as you all sit around surrounded by some of your closest friends, peers, as your teachers and families sit watching so proudly, cherish this moment, for it's one you should be incredibly proud of. After long nights of studying for that English exam, or trying to cram in that 4-page history paper the night before, like I used to do, you guys finally made it. You finally made it. Although for some of you, this might not have even seemed possible a few months ago. Some of you really had to fight to make it here. Some consider giving up. Listen, that was me. That was me. But one thing that you all have in common is that you made it. Let this moment be a constant reminder of your own strength and greatness. And as you go out into the world, walk into the next season of life, do it standing tall and with your head high, knowing that you prepared your whole life for this moment and that nothing can keep you from achieving and attaining your own version of success. As students and peers, it's kind of amazing how much you've come to learn and lean on each other, whether it's teaching your buddy that dope guitar riff in jazz band or doing laps with your best friend preparing for season finals. Never forget the moments you've had together and appreciate the opportunities you've had to encounter such amazing friends. I probably, like many of you, struggle with so many moments of doubt and frustration, constantly questioning if I was good enough, if my dreams were realistic. Shoot, sometimes I just wanted to feel cool enough. But let's be real, life is hard. High school can really be a pain in the, I'm not gonna say that word, but y'all know what I'm about to say. Pimples, peer pressure, PSATs, it's like you're trying to deal with everything all at one time, like you said. All while having to decide what it is you wanna do with your life. The real truth is, there's a good chance you're probably gonna change your mind anyway. But the good thing about that is, you're probably gonna change your mind anyway, and that's okay. Life is about taking chances. Although I do strongly encourage taking calculated chances, there's nothing wrong with making sure you have a parachute on before you jump. One of the hardest things I've ever had to do was make a decision to leave the comfortability of being around friends and people that I know to go after a dream that, let's be honest, coming from my background and even some of yours, didn't seem possible. Fast forward almost 12 years, I'm proud to say that this move of faith was probably the best decision I've ever made. It allowed me to see things and go places I never dreamed of. Over the past 9 years, I've been fortunate enough to perform alongside of some of the world's biggest artists, including J-Lo, Flo Rida, TLC, Diddy, 2 Chainz, and so many more. I performed on a number of television shows, including Stephen Colbert, Good Morning America, The Today Show, and many others. I've traveled to 5 of the 7 continents and toured countries such as England, Nigeria, Japan, the Netherlands, Germany, Berlin, Belgium, performing on festivals such as Lollapalooza, Afropunk, and most recently Coachella. I was at Beachella, y'all. I saw Beyonce do the thing. It was crazy. No, but even with all of these amazing experiences, I'd be lying to you guys if I told you that these things made me rich. I'm not there yet. I would also be lying if I told you these experiences didn't come with their own set of obstacles, loneliness, vices, health issues, and more. I think one thing that I had to realize is that life is life no matter what path you choose. I've always compared it to a roller coaster ride with many peaks and valleys, filled with some of the most exciting and life-changing moments that will give you butterflies, as well as some of the darkest and low moments that will have you questioning everything. The truth is, I still have these moments. I've just learned to embrace the difficult times and remind myself that I'm strong enough, that I'm smart enough, and that I'm well-equipped to handle anything that comes my way. In my closing, I challenge you all to truly engulf yourselves in the idea of enjoying the fruits of life. Allow yourself to experience all the beautiful things life has to offer. Don't limit yourselves or the dreams that you have because of what your current situation looks like. If you work hard, commit yourself to an idea, it's yours. From something as simple as planning and saving for a European vacation one day to starting your own business. It's okay to take a shot on yourself. You, your ideas, and your skill sets, they are good enough. And you'd be very surprised at the type of things that can happen when you dream extremely big. Thank you guys for having me. And congratulations.
Thank you, Andre Modre Brown, and your words of wisdom and kind words. Ms. Walsh, did that feel good when yeah. Brings tears to people's eyes to feel that, and I am so grateful. Thank you. At this time, I would like to invite one of your classmates up. And earlier, we had talked about student advocacy and taking time to listen. Well, this student did that. She insisted. She actually got signatures because she had a story she wanted to share. At this time, it is my pleasure to invite Blessing Green to the podium to introduce the President of the Board of Education. I'll get you where you need to be. Sorry, honey. There you go.
Yeah! Sorry. Okay. I would like to thank Mr. Chink, Miss Miranda, and Miss Wilkinson for giving me this opportunity to speak today. So, imagine this, getting all A's on your report card and having the feeling of excitement. Excitement and wanting to tell your dad, but then realizing you can't because he's been shot and killed. Or wanting your mother to help you pick out your prom gown because that's what everyone does, but realizing you won't because she's been brutally murdered. Murdered so brutally that I feel obligated to protect you from the details. Imagine not wanting to go home because you are forced to beg for basic needs, like eating or taking a shower. Or imagine going home every day to face someone who sexually violated you. Some of it may not be unimaginable because these things happen to kids like us. I've been through all of this and more in these last 12 years. Even while going through all of this, I still made sure to maintain my schoolwork. School was the only thing consistent and reliable in my life. I often think of the word persistence. Persistence is the way of continuing firmly in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. Pushing through not knowing what I was going to eat at night and where I was going to sleep. Pushing through the emotional and verbal abuse. Pushing through the depression and anxiety. Of course, I've had help throughout the years from people like Mrs. Myers, and Weigel, or Mr. Sprav and Mr. McCory, and of course my friends, but many more people too. But at the end of the day, it was me who did it. Schenectady School District provided me with a bunch of different resources, but I was the one who found them and used them for what I needed. A lot of you may not know what I've been through because of how I present myself. Pushing firmly in a course of action with a smile on my face, in spite of difficulty or opposition, most of the time. Coming from all of that, I will be attending school on a sailboat from September to May. That's why my cap says, "Let me drive the boat." I will be going to 21 different places, including Italy for my birthday, Panama, and Morocco. After, I will be attending Syracuse University for 4 years to pursue my bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. When I was younger, my brother would always tell me failure isn't an option, and that stuck with me. Sometimes I have doubt, sometimes I forget to notice my strengths, but I know it's on me to find it. I try to never use my adversities as an excuse. I use them as a motivation to do better, and so can you. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the President of Schenectady Board of Education, Mr. John Foley, for the presentation of diplomas.
Good morning. Recently, I was speaking to a young woman who is a scientist, an educator, a musician, and a 2005 graduate of Schenectady High School. I remarked that I was thinking about what to say at this year's graduation. Without hesitation, she said, "You should talk about empathy and innovation." Without empathy, you cannot understand the wants, needs, and desires of others. Without innovation, you cannot solve the critical issues that our society faces. She works with privileged children, and she believes that learning empathy is a critical part of their development as leaders, and she believes that everybody needs to learn empathy. She's a geologist and a climate scientist and is particularly concerned about the innovations that we need to respond to changing weather patterns. To her, empathy and innovation are needed if we are going to find solutions to problems that threaten the earth we live on and the society we live in. After considering what she said, I did some research on the internet. These are some of the definitions I found concerning empathy. Empathy is the capacity to understand or feel what another person is experiencing from within their frame of reference. That is, the capacity to place oneself in somebody else's position. Another definition was empathy is the experience of understanding another person's thoughts, feelings, and condition from his or her point of view, rather than from one's own view. We commonly say, before you judge a person, walk a mile in their shoes. That is empathy. Types of empathy include cognitive empathy, emotional empathy, but the one that caught my attention was compassionate empathy. With this kind of empathy, we not only understand a person's predicament, but we feel with them and are spontaneously moved to help them if needed. Diane talked about taking action. Empathy informs the action we take. Compassionate empathy causes a desire to help others. This desire to help comes from within rather than being forced, so that people behave in a more compassionate manner. People act for the good of society and not simply out of self-interest. Empathy is not something we are born with. It is something we learn. Increased empathy comes from interacting with others. It involves active listening. It involves taking a risk. You risk feeling something that could be uncomfortable or even painful. Recently, technological means of teaching empathy have been developed. Can you imagine what it is like to be old? The Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Cambridge has an age lab, which uses an Age Gain Now empathy system, or an Agnes suit. When you put this suit on, you suddenly sense what it is like to be old. It includes yellow glasses, which convey a sense of the yellowing of our eyes as they diminish with age. It has a boxer's neck harness, which mimics the diminished mobility of the spine. It has bands around the elbows, wrists, and knees to simulate stiffness. Boots with foam padding reduce the sense of touch, and special gloves make it difficult to use your fingers. When the reporter Adam Gopnik put the Agnes suit on, he said, "At first you feel a little weight. It slows you down. It makes it difficult to do normal things like pick up a glass of water, but gradually it makes you angry." Gopnik says, "You come to realize that it's a powerful instrument of emotional empathy, what a powerful teaching tool for emotional empathy, because it makes every small task take effort. You feel the changes as you need to repetitively concentrate on each task, and each task becomes a series of constant annoyances. You acquire the same set-mouthed, unhappy, watchful look of certainly elderly people that you see at the bus station or the supermarket. The physical difficulties of old age can be managed, but the annoyance can change to anger. The suit teaches empathy by showing the emotional price of aging." Age is just one example of an experience that makes someone different. When you think about all the other things that make people different, gender, race, language, urban and rural backgrounds, country of origin, it becomes apparent how challenging it is to be genuinely empathetic to everybody we encounter. And that brings me to innovation. The Age Lab exists to encourage and incubate new technologies and products and services for aging people. They start by creating empathy, which is essential to understanding the needs and desires of others. You learn not just what physical limitations develop with age, but how those limitations make people feel. The resulting empathy informs the scientific research. Some of the definitions I found for innovation include, and this is from the Webster's Dictionary, it's nice and concise, innovation is the introduction of something new. Wikipedia goes on for a little bit longer. It states that innovation is a new idea, creative thoughts, new imaginations in form or device and method. It is often viewed as an application of better solutions to meet new requirements, unspoken needs, or an existing market need. The definition I liked most was provided by David Burkus. He said that innovation is the application of ideas that are novel and useful. Creativity is the ability to generate novel and useful ideas. It is the seed of innovation, but unless it is applied and scaled, it's just an idea. I think innovation is critical because it allows us to see things in a different light. It involves tackling social and scientific problems in ways that were not previously thought of or recognized as being valuable. In David Burkus's definition, innovation does not exist unless you do something. Doing something is important, but I'm not going to tell you what to do or what values to embrace. In a few minutes, you will all be high school graduates. You are able to think for yourselves. This graduating class of 2019 has a wealth of experience, talent, and energy. You can make your own judgments about what is important in life. So as I said, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to ask you to do something. I want you to think carefully about what the standards and traits individuals need to embrace in this, the early part of the 21st century. What values are needed to make this a better world for all of us to live in? What principles are needed to effect positive change? While I argued for empathy and innovation, your experience may lead you to a different conclusion about what standards to follow. It is up to you to make that judgment. And after you have reflected and made a decision, I ask you to make those values part of all of your work and all of your play. In speaking to another friend about graduation or commencement speeches, he said, well, the commencement speech is really about laying out some values and then opening the door for the graduates to go out into the world. The door is open. On behalf of the... On behalf of the Board of Education of the Schenectady City School District, I want to congratulate the class of 2019 and wish... And we wish you a prosperous and happy future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Foley. Guess what time it is? Without further ado, it is time to award the diplomas to the class of 2019.
No, you're going to stand right in front of Diane.
What?
You stand right in front of
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates of Schenectady High School's class of 2019. Celine Acosta. Kaylee Adair. Jamil Ahmed. Hassan Ahmed. Aliyah Ali. Jonathan Ali.
Keep them small, friend.
Jacqueline Allen.
Saida Alvarado Argueda. Yaritzi Alvarez Guzman. Eric Alvarez. Abimael Amador. Mohammed Amjad. Gianna Anderson. Tara Shauna Anderson.
Good job.
Indira Barat. Lynn Anderson. Samuel Anderson. Farzan Anif. Marquise Artis. Chad Arjun. Tyler Arjun.
Lex Armbruster.
Aurora Armbruster Fulner.
Lindsay Armstead.
Ashiana Arneman. Risha Adishan. Anthony August. Patricia Augusta. Tatiana Omoith. Andrew Avery. Ezra Avery. Paloma Avila. Aliyah Azimbach. Ashley Bajnav. Alexandra Bailey.
Trayvon Bailey.
Zahid Bakht. Felicia Balgobin. Joseph Belletti. Kamari Bankhead.
Takitha Banks.
Connor Barnes. Alora Barrett.
Try and keep them smaller for you.
Jitendra Basteo. Miranda Basteo. Zion Beckles. Emily Badesi. Ashley Bean. Maria Bellamy. Aisha Bell. Jada Bello.
Moshe Ben Israel.
Kylie Bennett. Najee Berg. Kristen Burhoff. Tiana Bethia. Jayla Billingsley. Nicholas Bishunoff. Freddie Black. John Bluford. Michaela Bosco. Tamara Boucher. Jeremiah Bolin. Zaire Boynton.
Isaiah Brennis.
Zachariah Brockington. Brianna Brown. Josiah Brown. Robert Brown. Zakila Brucker.
Wesley Brunson.
Kenneth Buckmeyer.
Amaryllis Burgos. Felix Burgos.
Brianna Burns. Dakota Burns. Tyrell Buchanan. Dylan Butler.
Congrats, Phil.
Cassandra Candela. Stefan Canestrero. Samuel Carabello. Michael Carmen.
Nicholas Carmen.
Anastasia Carrion. Mercedes Castro. Marlon Cecil. Trishan Chandradat. Roche Chandler. Jada Charvis. Moshe Charvis. Vikram Chatarum. Sasha Chattergoon.
That was awesome.
Brenda Childs. Nora Chisty. Brandon Chaukai. Lauren Chrisman. Angelina Christie. Brian Clark. Jayana Clark. Jadiana Cognetta Whitfield. Delana Cochran. Linnea Yaya Collier. Tobias Crenshaw. Alexis Colon. Xavier Cooley. July Clayton. Eli Cruz. Kayshawn Cruz. Xavier Cruz. Carly Culkin. Shoban Cummings. Jay Daniels. Christina Davis. Trabor Davis. Angelica de Jesus Quinones. Guadalupe de la Rosa. Nana Dennis. Ashay Diodat. Trisha Dianarin. Gita Dianarin. Claudius DePoo. Corinne Derbogoshian. Quentin Devonish. Adrian Donraj. Kavindra Donraj.
Paula Arizari.
Sazia Delela Lewis. Nicholas Dinanoff. Darius Dix. Brooklyn Dixon.
Shanasia Dobbs.
Sean Downs. Sarah DeRocher. Samantha Diamond. Cheyenne Earring. Imani Echevarria. Joshua Engel. Kevin Itwaru.
Haley Falzerano. Nasir Felder. Shalin Fenix. Lamar Fisher.
David Edwards. Seth Fletcher. Tyler Fletcher. Shadea Gilmore. Alea Forbes.
Rohan Franklin. Stormy Gadori. Esteban Galva. Munir Hoteki. Michaela Ganswith. Audrey Garcia. Sheree Gardner. Christian Gentile. Ugraj Gansham. Jalen Golson. Aaron Gibson. Dinesh Gobenlal. Isha Goal. Sam Goldstein. Darius Golston. Anna Gomez. Alexander Gagne. Emilanes Gonzalez. Luis Gonzalez. Emmanuel Goodman. Rabindranath Gopal. Andy Gopal. Maya Gore. Joriana Graham. Blessing Green. Kayla Grant. Denasia Granville. Ajay Green. Austin Green. Tanea Griffin. Nyana Grisby. Justin Hacker. Brianna Hall. Essex Hall. Kimberly Harrychan. Caitlin Harrell. Bianca Hart. Janaya Hart. Waliula Hashimi. Ishmael Hassan. Chantel Haynes. Unique Henderson. Taekwon Henley. Troy Henry. Amaya Herrera. Isela Herrera.
Samina Hicks.
Novadine Hillary. Mahalia Holt. Nathaniel Holt. Amina Hooper. Tiaria Hoyt. Camille Hughes. Zaina Ibrahim.
Elijah Igori. Devin Indardat. Yavindra Indarjeet. Dylan Inderjit. Hassam Hussein. Ishmael Jackson. Janine Jackson. Kavion Jackson. Tyler Jackson. Willie Jackson. Yasmin Jackson. Annie Jackie. Rabrindra Jagjit. Trent Jakeron. Colin James. Kyrie James. Maya James. Chris Jamont. Mary Jankowski. Yasanya Jean Lewis. Abigail Jack. Damiana Johnson. Kiera Johnson. Jaquan Johnson. Jocelyn Johnson. Rhiannon Johnson. Elena Jones.
James Jones.
Jason Jones. Tiara Jones. Rasmiana Joyner. Jamari Joseph. Connor Judes. Kohila Kalicharan. Trevor Karmatran. Alisa Correa. Noel Keeney. Trinity Kelly. Marcellus Kelso. Josh Kemraj. Matthew Kemraj. Trayson Kears.
Christopher Cannon.
That's not a good angle. Not a good angle.
Mokhtar Kia.
Good job, Mokhtar. Congrats.
Kelsey Kershaw.
Melissa Keys.
Danielle Khalid. Shazana Khan. Zelina Khan. Jason King. Mishkas Kirstein. Zach Kochan. Destiny Karwatowski.
Destiny Kwiatkowski.
Skayeja Laborde. Alana Ladd. Mackenzie LaFountain. Tameshwar Lalaram. Maya Langell. Nadia Langell.
Tony Larkin.
Surendra Lashley. Samuel Launchman. Kendra Lavinia. Falashade Lowell. Lisa Lawrence.
There you go, Mr. Chang.
April Lawyer. CJ Lazinski. Amrit Lekram. Diamante Lewis. Jaylyn Lewis.
Jaquan Lewis.
Mark Lewis.
This is for you, Mama.
Nadia Lockett. Tiana Lockridge. Haki Lumpkin. Allison Lupercio.
Sarah Magnoff. Allison Mahabir. Yvette Masonette. Isaiah Mallow. Zachary Monsager. Suresh Mangal. Naomi Mangru. Chetnarine Manahar. Gianna Marino. Fatima Mohammed. Mari Martinez. Angelina Murata. Brennan Mason. Roshni Matadin. Hinde Maturin. Erica Matos. Alexis May. Tiajane McCullen. Bailey McGinnis. Tiffany McGirt. Janijah Magoo. Colin McKenzie. Xavier McMillan. Leanne McMurray. Oh no. Joaquin Medina. Marcus Maharit. Daniel Melendez Carbonetto.
Isaac Manis.
Divana Mickle. Susanna Miller.
Arielis Melendez.
DeAndre Mills. Dulce Miranda. Arti Mohabir.
Fuzzy caps.
Michael Mohabir. Veronica Mohabir.
Zulimar Molina Cabrera.
Elijah Monroe. Elijah, I'm sorry. Amari Moore. Seneca Moore. Michelle Mutane. Nayeli Morales. Tajali Morales. Danielle Morel. Jaquan Morgan. Miranda Morris. Jasmine Mosley. Shakora Murray.
That was cute.
Afraz Najib.
So I thought she was going to tackle you.
Right into the pit. Christian Narayan.
She didn't practice that yet.
Dudu Nadal. May Win. Jennifer Nieves. Christian Obi. Kiara O'Brien. Shanasia Olds. Chris Oliver. I got this. Salutatorian Oluyede. Luz Ortiz.
Teresa Osborne.
Janetta Otar. Brendan Pagan Mendez. Molly Parker. Angeli Parmenon. Roxanne Perella. Tyler Patillo. Zoe Patillo. Krishna Paul. Brian Pasaram.
Kanisha Pearman. Jada Peoples. Jasmine Peoples. Jason Perez. Nayana Perez. Talia Perez. Manuel Nader Warwick. Amrita Persad. Ashmini Persad. Devanan Persad. Kishan Persad. Navin Persad. Ormila Persad. Rebecca Persad. Sonia Persad. Tarachan Persad. Leisha Peters. Tamia Peters. Sierra Peterson. Alan Flans. Joshua Panashnarine. Joseph Piazza. Nathan Polanco. Cade Ponce Williamson. Amina Popal. You won't be the first. Charisma Pratt. I miss you. Jeremiah Pratt.
Looks good.
Tiffany Premchan. Tian Priest. Frankie Providence. Cosette Purdy. George Quinones Diaz. Shania Rabindranath. AJ Rajpal. Aliyah Ramcharan. Ezekiel Ramgadoo. From there to here? I love you. Alexis Ramirez. Stephanie Ramkasoon. Latchman Ramlal. Kevin Ramnarine. Rafina Rashid.
Shank, when they send to that third row, I'm going to go.
Good Lord. Monica Rathbone. Maylee Ray. Khalid Reyes. Trisha Ragnanan. Like your hair. Nia Roberts. Patience Rames. Carlesia Richardson.
Deshaun Richardson. Kobe Richmond. Wallace Riley.
I know your name. Damari Rivera. Josh Rivera. Corinia Rivera. Patty Rivers. Autumn Rizicone. Sherry Dawn Roberts. Chloe Robinson. I know who you are. Rosa Robinson. George Rodriguez. Julio Rodriguez.
Kiesia Rogers.
Matthew Ralone. Jeremiah Rupnarine. Yanishka Rosa Rodriguez. Cly Rosario Santana. Grace Ross.
Congratulations.
Tony Rubino. Cameron Rochelle. Jamie Russell. Gabriella Ruzo.
Nadia Ryan.
Christopher Sager. Hussein Saeed. Naveen Salan. Anthony Samaru. Gina Samaru.
Tavana Sammons.
Kayla Sanchez. Luisa Sanchez.
Ramon Santiago. Jamalee Santos.
Emily Schmid.
Kevin Sears. Ariana C. Kumar. Marcus Schofield. Suela Sharzi.
Don't cry. Don't cry.
Pratima Sharma. Samantha Schaefer. Kane Selly.
Ike Shepard. Jaquan Shepard.
Mohammed Shahadi. Jayla Simpkins. Abhay Singh. Benita Singh. Ganesh Singh.
He should come back around. He should get his name.
Rochelle Singh. Charlene Singleton. Odell Smith. Star Smith.
I believe he did go back first.
Haley Snyder. Mark Somra.
It's a nice moment.
Samantha Soto.
No, his name did get called.
Xaviana Spencer.
You just went for it. Good job.
Kalia Spencer.
I'm going to move them.
Michael Speranza.
Thank you, yes.
Rajay Stackhouse. Jadon Steele. Sierra Stevenson. Brian Stone.
Liana Stovall.
Elliot Stover. Sophia Subanikin. Durrani Sujarhal. Tyrese Sykes. Nicholas Terry. Braden Terry. Isaiah Thomas. Deontay Thompson. Daryl Thompson. Lynette Thompson. Jastiny Tirada. Dominic Toomer. Taina Torres. Mohammed Ture. Miranda Trubridge.
Gianna Uraga. Christopher Van Aken. Shauna Van Tool. Genaro Vargas. John Vargas. Himani Vasquez Hall. Messiah Vega. Jessica Mangersamy. Nyasia Violette. Stephen Villafanez. Christian Villafuerte. Christina Walkup. Tyrese Wallace. Aaron Washington. Shanae Washington. Jacob Weatherwax. Nadia Weber. Cody White. Dylan White. Micah White. Riley White.
Carolyn Williams.
Hey, babes. Danielle Williams.
DeJour Williams.
Janaea Williams. Michael Williams. Raviana Williams. Alejane Wilson. Kayshawn Wilson. David Woods. Simon Woods. Denzine Wolcock.
Gang, gang, we lit.
Alexander Weish. Sabrina Yearwood. Sierra Yeoman. Donald Yop.
Paul Young.
Nazifa Zahir.
Abraxas Zaldivar.
May I now present to you Schenectady High School's 2019 class officers. Natasha Wright. Kayla Cabrera. Juliana Maston. William Alette. Radhika Singh. And now our top 10 students for the class of 2019. Christine Prasad. Alexis Cohen. Jordan Schmidt. Rania Shahadi. Ayla Kansarik. Karishma Prasad. Rojan Karn. Audrey Canty. Salutatorian Julia Smith. Valedictorian Anna Blanchfield.
So everyone can have a seat because we have some pretty incredible performance that is about to happen. At this time, please join me in welcoming to the stage Sarah DeRocha, Monica Rathbone, to perform the song, You Matter to Me, from the musical Waitress.
Of life in those sad eyes. They've seen things you never quite say, but I hear. Come out of hiding, I'm right here beside you. And I'll stay there as long as you'll let me. Because you matter to me. Simple and plain and not much to ask from somebody. You matter to me. I promise you do. You matter too. I promise you do. You'll see. You matter to me.
Take a minute to let yourself think. The things that I say just might matter to someone. I've been keeping my mind on the running away, and for the first time, I think I'd consider this day, because you matter to me. Simple and plain and not much to ask from somebody. You matter to me. I promise you do. You matter too. I promise you do. You'll see. You matter to me. You matter to me. Simple and plain and not much to ask from somebody. You matter to me. I promise you do.
Come out of hiding, I'm right here beside you. As long as you're having me, I do promise you. You matter to me. You'll see. You matter to me.
Would the class of 2019 please stand while the Schenectady High School Chamber Choir sings our alma mater. At this time, the class of 2019, would you please move your tassel from the right to the left? On behalf of the state of New York, the Schenectady City School District Board of Education, Superintendent Lawrence T. Spring, and myself, I officially declare you Schenectady High School's graduating class of 2019! Thank you, families and friends. At this time, our graduates can exit. Family and friends, make sure you're giving lots of pictures. Everybody have a great day.